Last time on Why Can't We Be Wizards? Towards the end of class, Professor Pritchard, who usually walks up to the front of the room and describes the homework you need, we're going to have a group project.
Caleb looks over at Leo.
Allison, I would understand if you didn't want to be my partner.
Freya is kind of like oblivious to what's going on over there, and she looks over at Dakota and like, so you want to be partners?
And when you look to your left, Caleb is standing right there.
There's something wrong.
Am I still dreaming?
Okay, you guys, it's okay. Everyone's okay. Leo, let's get you back and take care of those. Ooh, ouch, that looks bad. Those burns.
Maybe just don't say anything?
Yeah, we'll just say we were practicing spells. Done.
Standing right in front of you is Meenal Galway. And she says, attention then.
Skyler's really close to tears right now.
Everyone who doesn't need to spend the night in the hospital wing, head to the dormitory now. So Freya, a couple days after the incident in the woods, you find yourself working in the library, as you, I think, probably do on an almost daily basis. It seems like Freya just spends all her time there.
That's accurate.
Yeah, so I think you're I don't know, what are you doing in the library?
I am researching for my Transfiguration project.
Oh, okay. That's interesting. So you're not even involving Dakota at all?
No, I usually involve Dakota. I also do a bunch of research without her as well, because I'm already in the library, so I might as well.
Are you guys getting anywhere? Do you have a plan for your project yet?
Yeah, I think our plan right now is to make a bunch of like paper flowers and then make them transfigure them into real flowers in a vase.
That's fun. Sounds cute. Okay, yeah, so I think Caleb, when you want to try to find Freya, it's pretty easy because she's always in the library, probably like in the same section, always sitting there. So when you walk into the library, you take a look to your left and you see her sitting at her usual spot.
Freya. Caleb looks around. Is anyone else here?
No, I think it's towards the end of the day. So there's maybe like one or two other students in the library, but it's a pretty big place. So, like if you were to have a quiet conversation here, no one would be able to hear you.
Caleb sits down at the table near Freya and says, "We need to talk."
Oh, do we? Are you going to lie to me again?
I can't. Professor Pritchard told me I couldn't tell anyone. I can only tell you if you'll swear to secrecy.
Who am I going to tell, Caleb?
You can't tell our friends. They'll be in
Leo,
danger.
Skyler, maybe Allison.
You're the only one who could even possibly keep it a secret. They just tell everybody. And I guess your dreams make it so that you need to know, but I think it's against the law.
Can I actually roll I read about that to see if after that whole ordeal, if Freya tried to look up what she thought was going on with Caleb? If that makes any sense.
I mean, yeah, sure.
Okay. Because I feel like that's something that she would have done, that she would have just tried to read up on failed transfigurations or bites or something like that.
Okay, yeah.
I rolled an 8.
Yeah, so on a 7 to 9, you can ask one question.
One question. Would it be easy to find in the literature in the library if to understand what Caleb what that dream meant.
What that dream meant?
As far as Caleb. So, like, because I think at this point she knows that it's not, like, a failed transfiguration.
I think that that's what you know, actually. You know that the change in his personality and the way he was acting implies that there was something more going on than pure transfiguration mishap.
Okay. So, I know that it wasn't that you messed up a spell, at least. I'm pretty sure of that.
Listen, are you gonna tell anyone or not?
I'm not gonna tell anyone.
You swear?
I promise.
Okay, well then I've got a curse. It's something that was done to me, and I think that it gives me power, but it's really dangerous and uncontrollable power. And I'm getting really scared that a lot of the teachers here in Hogwarts are trying to control me and to trap me here.
Is that why the other day when Allison overheard that conversation about animal bites? Is that why you left?
It's not me. I don't think, but if
But it could be?
I don't know. I'm not always aware of everything that's happening to me, but
Always aware. Sorry.
I would know that if I had bitten anyone, and I've thought that I was having it under control. The professors, they told me, I know I used to have it under control before I came here to Hogwarts.
But what's changed between when you had it under control and when you came here?
The person making the potions.
The potions for what?
For my condition, there's a potion to manage it.
Have you talked to Professor Pritchard about this?
Professor Pritchard's the one who gives me the potions.
Maybe we can make our own potion.
Well, I do know the rudimentaries of the potion, but some of the ingredients are, well, they're in the alchemical stocks here, I'm sure, but they're expensive.
Oh, I mean, money you don't have to worry about. My family's well off enough. I should be able to cover the costs.
Well, maybe if you got them, then it wouldn't look too suspicious. I can write you a list.
Yeah, write me a list. 'Cause if it is the potion and we can work around that.
Yeah, Thanks so much, Freya. You're the first person who I've told this to who hasn't looked at me like I'm crazy. I'm glad to have you as my friend.
Don't worry, Caleb. I got your back.
Brisk fall air turned bitter quicker than all of you expected. And a few weeks after your incident in the forest and your detention, to all of you and your classmates' excitement, you saw Danica and the rest of the Ravenclaw Quidditch team flatten Slytherin in the first match of the year. They actually won 290 to 70.
Woo! Go Ravenclaw!
Yeah, it was very, very exciting. I think all of you seeing your first live... Well, I don't know about all of you, but most of you seeing your first live Quidditch match. So, yeah, now that you're used to your classes and getting around the castle, November has flown by like it was nothing. In early December, a late night storm covered the castle in snow, and it's been kind of hazy, snowy weather on and off since then. Today is the last day of term before winter break, and most of the castle is leaving to go home and see their families. So I want to know, what is everybody doing for the holidays? Is everyone going home? Is anyone staying at the castle?
Caleb's not welcome at home, so he's going to stay at the castle.
Skyler's staying at the castle.
Really?
Yeah, they love their family, but like this castle still has a lot more exploring to do. Plus Caleb's here, and I think I can convince him to accompany me.
I think Leo probably would go to visit his parents because he would worry that if he didn't, they would like try to show up and visit him.
Yeah, I think Freya's parents specifically would be angry if she didn't come home for the holidays.
Allison's a little homesick, so she wants to go home and see her dads.
I'm gonna send you a letter to give to our dads, okay?
That sounds good. And I'll pack a bunch of chocolate and all your gifts from them.
Thank you! You're a lifesaver.
Chocolate is life.
This is true.
Skyler, you don't have to stay because of me. You should go see your dads. It's so sweet that they want to see you.
I mean, yeah, but like, I don't really take holidays that seriously. Plus they kind of like, I don't know, they make me kind of sad. So I think I'd rather be distracted exploring this castle.
Well, I can definitely think of some ways we can get distracted around here. I saw one of the knights move the other day.
What?
I know, on the 3rd staircase.
I definitely checked like 2 of them and they're empty.
I don't know. It sounds like you guys are going to get into a bit of trouble here on Christmas.
Trouble? Us?
Never.
Freya's eyes go like wide as they're talking about getting in trouble.
We've been here for a while now, and we've only gotten in trouble with you guys. I think that, I wonder.
Hey.
Just kidding. I love you guys.
We're holding you back. You could get in so much more trouble.
Guys,
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
guys, my parents still don't know that I'm a Ravenclaw.
Oh my gosh, does that mean
Oh,
I win the
no.
bet?
Not yet, you don't.
Right, isn't the bet when they find out?
Yeah, that's true.
How are you planning on keeping it from them, Freya?
Just
I
wear
mean-
the
Are you still
sweatshirt.
planning on keeping it
What's-
from them?
Yeah, I do.
Well, just don't bring your tie home.
Yeah, and wear that sweatshirt.
It would be a lot easier if you had a Slytherin tie.
Ooh,
You're right, it would.
we can probably get you one.
How, though?
I don't know any Slytherins.
Well, we have charms with the Slytherins. Maybe we could nick one off when we're in class.
Yeah.
Oh, this is the last day of class.
How am I gonna steal a tie off of a person when it's around their neck?
Wizard dueling.
Ooh, yeah. People loosen their ties all the time for duels.
I mean, I could turn it into a badger.
I mean, can we just summon a tie? Just like
Conjure one.
Osseo tie.
Yes!
Osseo tie.
Isn't that a second year spell, though? I don't think we've practiced it in Charms.
Can I try it?
You miss all the shots you don't take.
Yeah, I want to try it. Kevin,
Yeah.
can I do Osseo Slytherin tie?
You're going to try right now Assio
What?
Slytherin tie. I don't think Assio is a second year spell. I think it's like a 4th year
No,
spell.
it's a
isn't
second
it?
year. At least in
Oh,
at
that's
least
interesting.
in
Yeah,
Yes.
in the rule book, it is a second year spell. Harry has trouble learning it in the Goblet of Fire. from
Harry
what I
is
remember.
not good at magic.
Right, that was
Harry's
the whole
not
thing
really
with the
good
first
at paying
task.
attention to classes.
Harry was under
I'm
a lot
pretty
of
sure-
stress that
yeah.
year.
I'm pretty sure that up until that point, literally the only thing he'd ever done is exploit.
And
Literally.
Lumos.
And Lumos.
Oh, that's true. He got a Lumos off.
It's a
Not
second
until
year.
at least the second book, though.
And yeah, for the main character of a magic school book, he's not great at magic.
Yeah, no, Hermione
Oh no!
carries
If you
him.
go and read book 1,
Yeah.
book 1, he like in the text of book 1, he literally never once successfully casts magic.
So I'm thinking I go somewhere where I think would have a few ties lying around. Maybe the hospital wing or the dungeons.
What about down to the Quidditch pitch? Right? People are going to take off their ties when they change into their
Yeah.
Quidditch
That's a
ropes.
great idea. Wait, but isn't Quidditch over?
It is, but who knows what's
Well,
left
maybe
in the
there's a
locker rooms.
Tie line around.
I love how we are all just instantly invested in helping her steal a tie to lie to her parents.
Yeah, we're there for you. Also, I need this. I need to win this bet.
Come on, Leo, get on board.
I'm very competitive.
Do you even remember how long you bet? Like how long you bet that I would keep up the charade?
No,
You didn't write
I
it down.
didn't.
I bet 1 galleon I could do it
I think
for
it was
the
a year.
No.
No, I bet 1 galleon I could for the year. Skyler, you bet 2 sickles that they wouldn't find out until Christmas. Leo, you bet 3 sickles that they would find out sooner. Which, I guess you only have, like, a day left for that. And I bet a galleon that they wouldn't find out this year.
All right. So yeah, I think I'm definitely going to still help you find your tie because, you know, I don't want your parents getting all mad at you, especially during the holidays. And if you can pull it off the whole year, you definitely deserve a galleon.
I mean, I don't really even care for the money. I honestly don't think I want them to find out at all.
Honestly, if you make it this whole year, we should do another bet and see how many years.
Oh, no. This seems like a kind of an unhealthy thing to do.
I mean, I'm down for that. I'm
Yes.
fine.
Wait, gambling?
No, lying to your parents in perpetuity.
Oh, gambling's fine.
Gambling's fine.
Gambling's fine for children. Haven't you played a game with loot boxes?
Kids lie to their parents all the time.
That's true.
Yeah.
So this whole conversation was happening on the way to Transfiguration class, your last class of the semester.
I hope Professor Pritchard doesn't give us any homework for the break.
Oh, I hope not. I don't want to be writing papers on Christmas break.
I mean, I'd be fine with that. It'd be time away from my parents.
I mean, time away from parents is one thing. Time doing homework is another. We could be having snowball fights.
Oh, yeah.
Or learning new spells.
Heck yeah, I got this bewitched snowball spell that I really want to use, but you need to have snow. Now there's snow.
Yay! Snowball fight after Professor Pritchard's class.
On the way to the Quidditch pitch.
Perfect.
Sure. Yeah.
We just got to get through this presentation first.
Right, so because it's the last day of the semester, you guys were given a project at the beginning of the year. Everybody needs to do a presentation on their project. Has everybody thought about it? Are y'all prepared?
Freya is very prepared.
Leo has not prepared at all, but he's pretty confident that he didn't need to prepare.
Yeah, Caleb has his project with him. It's a bunch of petrified foods with tiny little legs sticking out of them. And it's all attached to a big science fair backboard, which he is awkwardly carrying through the halls.
We also went with the cheap science fair backboard coming from a public school, and I have little bits of chocolate in each of our transformed either trebuchets or catapults, so that when we catapult stuff, I'm basically catapulting chocolate into my mouth.
I'm sorry, you're transfiguring what into what?
We're transfiguring catapults into trebuchets.
Yes, they're far superior.
Definitely. Better siege engines. Much extended range and increased weight capacity.
Science.
Well, the sorting hat seems to have made yeah, so as you guys are discussing this, you actually find yourselves in front of the door into class, where you see the rest of the first year Ravenclaws all queuing up. You can see they're all like preparing all of their presentations. You see everybody's in pairs, quietly they're whispering to themselves, or you actually see in one case 2 of the boys in your grade are actually sort of like boasting and showing off this beach ball that they turned into an actual a golden snitch, and you can see its wings are fluttering, and he kind of like tosses it into the air, kind of flies in a circle, and then lands back in his hands.
Whoa.
I'll definitely have to check out their project.
I mean, what's cooler
Yeah.
than smashing stone walls?
Skylar walks in and sees the energy and all this cool, smart stuff going on around them, and is like walking in so excited, and I just yell out, "Ravenclaw!" to all my peoples.
Oh my god. Yeah, no, so I think the entire group is used to you doing that all the time and responds in kind. You hear a chorus of Ravenclaw.
Yay. Yeah, I'm really pumped for today. I'm excited what everyone came up with.
So as you guys all filter into class, Dakota actually walks up to Freya, and she looks a little harried, and she says, "Do you think we're ready? I know we did all that preparation, but I don't know. I get really nervous."
Look, we have 6 different kinds of flowers, and we both feel pretty confident turning them into an actual flower.
I know, but don't you think that maybe if we had tulips too, like, I don't know.
The tulips were too hard to make out of paper.
Do I see this happening?
Oh, yeah.
I would like to inspire Dakota.
Okay, yeah, roll soul. Oh, and what are you doing?
I'm gonna give her a pumped up speech, because I'm feeling pretty pumped up.
Okay, yeah, make the speech first
Okay.
before you roll.
Speech first. Okay. Dakota, you got this in the bag. Look at all these amazing flowers. You are a true Ravenclaw. And Skylar has like a finger, and I'm like pointing at Dakota's chest. And then I am like waving my hands dramatically at all of her flowers. Like, you are so brilliant, and you've been paired with Freya, and you guys are a great team. I'm so proud of you guys. Ravenclaw!
Okay, roll for it.
Okay, good God. I hope I got this. No.
That was such a sad sound.
Oh, no.
What'd you roll?
Okay, so before you tell me what you rolled, I assume you were trying to make another person feel clever for +1 forward to mind. Is that true?
No.
Okay. And what did you roll?
5.
A 5. Okay. Yeah, so on a 6 or lower, they are not convinced. And so, I mean, NPCs in this game don't roll, but she certainly, I think this was that, she certainly does not look heartened from your speech. I think she just kind of like turns back to the poster board they have for their presentation, and it's like, thanks, Skylar. I need some more time to prepare. I'm sorry. Excuse me. And she kind of like busies herself with like making very minor alterations to what like they're doing.
I'm so disappointed in myself.
Leo overheard just the part where she said Ravenclaw, and he was like, Ravenclaw?
Come on, Leo. Start putting those apples into the pyramid. I start rolling them to you as I set up the rest of the display.
Leo does not remember talking about that, but he starts doing it.
All right.
Allison just sits down in the front row with her collection of catapults.
As Leo's trying to stack up the apples into a pyramid, it's going horribly, and they're like rolling everywhere, and he's trying it 3 or 4 times.
It's 10, and then 6, and then 3, and then 1 on top.
Why are we doing this again? What does this have
We're
to do
gonna
with
give them
food
feet
again?
These are food. These are food,
Oh,
Leo.
the apples get the feet, too.
These are food. Okay, yeah, as what is essentially looks like a science fair is being set up inside of this classroom, Professor Pritchard makes her way in. She's holding a pile of papers, and she looks very harried. It doesn't look like she has done anything with her hair. It's kind of a mess. Her glasses are like almost falling off of her nose, and she has to like push them up, and then she leans down to try to put down some papers, and then they actually fall off and clatter to the desk, and she has to pick them up and dust them off, and turns to the class, whipping her robes around, and says, all right, class, thank you so much for all. It looks like you're all very well prepared. Why don't we I'll just go around the room. You'll do your presentations one at a time, and you know, if we're quick about it, hopefully you'll get an extra few minutes back for the last day of term. How's that sound?
Great.
Sounds good.
So who would like to go first?
I shoot Leo a look.
Caleb, do you want to go first?
Allison raises her hand because she just wants to get it done and over with.
We
She
got
beat us
this.
to it.
Excellent. And so Professor Pritchard walks over to Skyler and Allison. She's holding a quill and some parchment, and she says, all right, so what do you guys have here? What is your project on?
Our project is on
Catapults and
trebuchets. Let us tell you why we've done this.
Medieval weaponry. Okay.
So catapults are good technology that use springs and tension in order to launch an object like this.
And then you launch a piece of chocolate in my mouth. Do I have to roll to catch it?
No, I think you've practiced this enough is what it sounds
Okay,
like.
okay, yeah. But we all know that catapults are not superior to the trebuchet, which is why we've come up with this.
And Allison shows a already transfigured catapult into a trebuchet and says, trebuchets, because of their slingshot nature and additional counterweight, can launch objects further and launch heavier objects.
As shown.
Like this.
Yeah, and then you just get more chocolate in my mouth.
Oh my god, do you have like the math written down?
Yes, we do. On increased performance of
Yeah.
catapults to trebuchet.
I think Professor Pritchard looks very impressed at like the level of detail and preparation in this presentation so far.
Professor Pritchard, would you like to try out our trebuchet with a bit of chocolate?
Wow. That sounds lovely.
Sweet! Okay. I set up the trebuchet to the perfect angle and degree, and I launched the chocolate into her mouth.
Okay, this one is, you gotta roll.
Okay.
You definitely gotta roll for this.
Okay.
I think it's a struggle. I think it's struggle.
Okay. Yeah, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, minus 1, 10.
Okay, yeah, so with a 10 plus, it just flies through the air with perfect accuracy and precision and lands plop, right into her mouth. And she chews happily, and it seems like she's writing down some notes that are very much in your favor.
And then at the end, we both say, trebuchet.
Chocolate all day.
And then we high five.
High five.
Okay, so that was all good. I'm glad that you had all of that prepared. It seemed like it was very well thought out. I still need the practical demonstration.
Oh,
though,
yeah.
if you
Oh,
would.
right.
Yep.
So, since there are two main components of the trebuchet, the counterweight and the sling, I am going to transform half of it, and Skylar's going to transform the other half, and we're going to do it at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Can I use...
double transfiguration? Interesting.
Yes. Can I use my +2 relationship with Skylar to get a bonus on this roll?
Oh yeah, you both roll with your bonus
sweet.
for this.
Alrighty. Allison makes eye contact with Skylar, so we're both looking at the same model of a catapult while we attempt to transfigure it at the same time.
Yes, I'm nodding my head. Let's do this.
Alrighty.
Okay, roll magic.
So I got a 7 + 4.
I got a 9 plus 1 in magic and plus 1 with Allison. 11.
Okay, so you both succeed. With a flourish, the two of you do this sort of like unison tandem spell cast. Like I don't know if you guys have ever watched Dragon Ball Z before. You're literally like doing the fusion dance.
Never seen it.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm imagining it looks
is
like
a-
what we're doing.
Yeah, no, you guys like prance off in opposite directions, do like a little twirl,
Yes.
and like point your wands at this catapult, and it just magically just bubbling transforms and transfigures itself into a slightly different shape, which is a trebuchet. So I think you've pretty much just like completely impressed Professor Pritchard. She's like bouncing up and down, clapping her hands. She's like very, very excited. At just how successful you were at your task. She says, "Oh, that was marvelous. I couldn't be happier with your overall presentation, as well as your practical application. I don't generally give out grades ahead of time, but if you're not getting an outstanding, then I don't know what that grade is for."
Thank you, Professor.
Of course, yes. Who would like to go next?
We would. Caleb jumps up.
Okay. And she walks over to Caleb and Leo.
Leo looks at Caleb and is like, "Do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first?" Explaining it. We didn't talk. Clearly didn't plan this.
Yeah, Leo. I gave
Here, you can read this. It's part of the essay I wrote. It was a quite complicated subject. We decided to put legs on food.
Yeah! Isn't that great?
Legs on food.
You can see this
Yeah, well,
celery.
have you ever been like... have you ever been sitting around like really thinking, I really want some food, but I like don't really want to get up? But what if the food could like run over to you?
Yeah, she is shaking her head.
I'm like wide-eyed smile, like think I'm doing great.
Okay. Well, please continue. She looks like she doesn't really know how to deal with this.
Well, you see, and Leo looks down at the piece of paper he's never read before, and he says, the musculature of the legs is codependent upon both the image of the caster and the...
Well, it's like badgering. You know, we turned some stuff into badgers, but they didn't turn all the way, and they only had legs. And that's why we thought food with legs.
It was pretty inspiring.
Well, that okay, that's fine. As it seemed, I suppose this was very open ended. I guess I didn't. Why don't you just go ahead and continue the presentation, please? I'll wait till the end for questions, I guess.
Yeah, it's like any food that you would want to come to you already has a form, and they're all a little bit different. But the idea of the legs, you can just focus your idea on the legs, and then the food gains them. Let's do practical.
And you can
Right, okay, I'm sorry, I have to interrupt. But why legs, like, once you get the food, like, I'm not gonna, I'm sorry, I'm probably not going to eat food that has legs
I mean,
on
the
it.
legs are tasty
I
too.
just realized you guys don't know the spell Accio yet, but that's what it is.
That's what it is.
You didn't realize.
Yeah, I mean, like think of the possibilities. It could be like not just legs; it could be arms. You could like have your food just do stuff for you, like whatever you can dream of, really.
Not just food. You could have like a wand walk to you, maybe, or like a bowl or a broomstick, even.
Yeah, Leo realizes, like, oh yeah, why food, really?
So are you saying it's not really about food at all? It's just kind of a legs sort of deal. Is that yes?
It's pretty food forward, I would say.
Food was really the inspiration, but
putting legs
think
on
you could
stuff,
apply
yeah.
it to other things as well. I call it the leggening.
It's super good.
So I actually imagine that you guys have a poster board too,
yeah.
right? So I think when you said the leggening, that's when you like unfurl it, and it's just got like the leggening written in like very like bright, colorful letters.
And there's probably just some like gross foods that have been sitting there for a while, just like nailed to it with
Oh my
legs
God.
hanging off of them.
Ugh.
Like clearly just taken from the dining hall and like given legs and stuck on the board like 4 hours ago.
Oh my god.
Tell me what foods.
The legs are squirming.
Yeah. Oh no.
There's some celery. It's got legs. And there is chicken, which already had legs, but it also has more legs, like a full roasted chicken, that is.
My personal favorite is the fish stick centipede.
It's got a lot
Yeah.
of legs. We really
A lot of legs.
we cast it several times.
Oh my goodness. She's turning a pale shade of green.
The more legs, the better, really, when you think about it.
All right, boys. I think perhaps just the practical presentation,
Well,
and that will
that's why we brought these apples, see? Does anybody want an apple with legs?
Ooh, me, yes, me.
I also want you to do well, but I really don't want an apple with legs, but I'm gonna like unwillingly raise my hand.
All right. How do you want to do this? Do you want to like do?
Oh, students, I don't know if you should take. Oh, you're
Yes.
already
Oh, no,
distributing
we
them.
tried to eat them already, Professor Pritchard. We're okay.
Don't worry, it's a food grade spell.
Perhaps eat around the leg.
Oh no, the legs will taste like apples. It's really, well, if it works, that is.
The apples will probably not taste like legs.
That only happened once.
All right. How do you want to do this? You want to? I'll do one and you do one at the same time.
That's a great idea.
All right.
Okay, I'm gonna sit crisscross on the floor and just like open my mouth wide and put my arms out as if like I'm gonna hug the apple, but like I'm welcoming the apple to jump into my mouth, basically.
Okay. Yeah.
All right.
In Leggin.
All right, roll
I mean,
magic.
who wouldn't want this? 5 plus 4.
I take my wand
plus
out and I
2.
say, Legify, which is not the same spell he's
No,
in.
it's in Legging.
And you guys should use your friendship points too.
Oh yeah. Wait. How does that work?
I have a +0 with Leo.
But I have a +1 with Caleb, so I'm gonna do a little bit better. All right. So that for me is a 6 + 2 + 1. That's a 9.
And I got an 11.
So, yeah, I think Caleb, you just do it. Like, as horrifying as it is, you give these apples legs. Like half of the pyramid just sprouts legs and starts like scuttling around the table.
Yeah, a complete success in this case is still not great.
It's still horrifying, yeah. So mixed success, Mike.
Yeah.
You need to choose 2.
All right. So I think that first of all, the apples that I'm casting this on have diminished effect, and they just have little baby legs. So they start like ambling over towards Skyler and like tripping on themselves and like falling over, and you can tell they're really trying, but they're not doing great. And the other effect I think is that a partial misfire actually hits Skyler over there because I was focused on trying to send the apples over to them.
I think that those little baby leg apples, like 2 of them end up like hitting into each other, and like it like just kills them both.
Oh,
like,
no.
They both fall over and like they're broken and destroyed. And I think Skyler is upset upon seeing
Okay,
that.
yeah, that makes sense.
Oh god, they're dead baby apples!
And Leo, terrified at what he's done, just goes, ah!
Unleggening,
Unleggening, yeah.
Allison is trying to restrain laughter, but also reaches over and just pats Skylar's shoulder. It's like, it's okay. They're just apples.
Do I have the upset now?
Yes, you have the upset condition now. You need to be consoled by your friends in order to get that condition healed, or wait a day.
I think in his frustration, Leo actually realizes that he can fix this, and he casts Repair Farge, which is used to reverse incomplete transformations.
Oh, okay. Yeah, why don't you roll magic again?
Although you did say they just kind of like died, so I'm not sure how much I can fix that.
Well, I think that they are dead, so we'll see.
Apples aren't exactly, well, all right. That is a 4.
You fail.
Oh no, I
Like,
tried
it
so
just
hard.
Yeah, so you take a condition.
I'm definitely very upset, I think.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I think you just like you try. Like I just think what happens is you try to like cast this on the apples, and like their smushed middles get repaired, but they still don't move. Like the legs are still just like. So now we have got 2 crying children in this. Professor Pritchard is just still looking on horrified. She's actually like picked one of the apples that was still like scuttling around on her desk, and like just is sort of peering at the legs in this horrified look on her face.
It seems so much better on paper.
And she like looks and sees like, oh my goodness. Okay. She puts the apple down, takes out her wand, and casts a spell that just removes all the legs. All the legs are gone. Now there's just a bunch of apples on the floor.
Leo like sadly picks up an apple and just like bites into it through the tears.
Oh my god, disgusting.
Allison tries to help Skylar off the floor and is going to give them a piece of chocolate and attempt to treat wounds and cure their upset heart.
Okay.
So I got a 7 minus 1 is 6, but if I add the +2 in our relationship, does it become an 8?
Yeah, so on a 7 to 9, though, you need to choose one of these. You jerry-rig something to work for a little while, but it won't last long. It costs you something, or it takes all of your concentration, making it take longer than you expected and leaving you vulnerable. That's more, I think most of those are more for like physical.
Yeah, I feel like it cost me something, the chocolate that I gave Skyler.
You have this like big chocolate bar you took out of your pocket, and you go to like break off a little piece of it, and then Skylar just takes the whole bar.
Yeah, that's about right.
Thanks, Allison. You know how to make me feel better. So, am I no longer upset?
You are no longer upset. You're distracted by chocolate.
Awesome.
Professor Pritchard looks at the class and says, okay, class, who would like to go next?
We'll go, Professor.
Yeah, I think Dakota, like her skin is just so pale right now, and her eyes are wide, and her hands are just like clutching the table in front of her.
Oh no. Can I try and inspire her before Professor Pritchard gets over here?
How?
Okay, Dakota, we've practiced this a lot. We can do this. We got this. We got each other's back. Wait, was that Dakota?
Yeah.
It'll be okay. We'll be okay. Just let me do the talking, and you can do the magic that we practiced together, okay?
Roll inspire. Roll soul.
That is a 11 minus 1. That's a 10.
Damn.
Yeah, so Professor Pritchard says, all right, girls, come on. Why don't you do your presentation now?
All right. So, Professor, first I need you to hold this vase, and I hand her a glass vase.
Okay. Sure. And she takes it, kind of like eyeing it for a second.
So, for our project, we actually also did a bit of research on a Muggle tradition called origami, which is folding of paper. So we made all of these beautiful folded flowers, and we are going to transfigure them into real flowers. Well, specifically, they're real flower counterparts. And so I start one at a time putting each flower in the vase, and then looking over at Dakota and like elbowing her and being like, okay, now you transfigure that one.
Right. Okay. And she pulls her wand out and, trembling, points it at the vase, and she's gonna cast magic, which I don't normally do in this game. So let's go for it. So that's an 8, and then she got +1 to magic, which is a 9. So that is a mixed success. I think the spell in this case has a diminished effect.
So I was only going to have her do the first couple, and then I was going to do the last one.
Okay.
So she transfigured roses, lilies, sunflowers, daisies, and forget-me-nots.
Yeah, so in this case, all of those flowers, so like the petals of the rose, the shape of the sunflowers, everything looks just a little bit thin and papery.
Okay.
And in fact, in the case of the sunflowers in particular, it's almost like the curved edges are kind of blocky and jagged.
Shoot. Okay. And then I'm gonna put in the last flower, which was just a small like bouquet of baby's breath, to kind of like round out the bouquet that is now in that vase in front of Professor Pritchard, and I'm gonna transfigure that.
Okay, yeah, roll magic.
Oh wow, I rolled a 12.
Nice.
+2.
Okay, yeah, you transfigured the crap out of that.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, tell me what happens.
So they are these really like pungently smelling baby's breath that kind of just like comes into all of the little crevices of the other flowers, and it smells really pretty in the room now.
Oh wow, that's actually very impressive. The smell factor. Where did you learn about that?
I read a lot about short-term transfigurations, so unfortunately that smell won't last very long. It'll probably only last for a couple hours, and then most of this will actually revert back to paper.
Heller's law, of course. Yep.
Yes. So, but since it's short term, you can actually, I found I can accomplish a bit more than usual.
Wow, this was very, very impressive. Thank you so much. Do you have anything else for your presentation, or?
No, but you can keep those flowers.
Thank you so much. And she takes the vase and places it on her desk.
I would like to look at Caleb's desk. How do Caleb and Leo look right now?
Quiet.
Okay.
Well, it's pretty cool, but it's no food feed.
I'm gonna take my my chocolate bar and break off a piece, and I want to cast. What do you call it? Leg.
Well, he said enlegin, and I said legify.
Okay, I'm gonna cast legify on my chocolate, and I want it to walk towards their desk. Very quiet.
Oh my
I want to
God.
do it
Okay.
quietly without anyone noticing, besides them.
Okay, roll
Roll
magic.
Legin.
Yes, 6 plus
Ian
1,
Leggening.
7 plus magic, 8.
Okay, on a 7 to 9, the spell succeeds, but there are side effects.
I think I would like my wand to fly away. I have to pick 2, right?
You have to pick 2. Yep. Kind of feels like someone or something is alerted to the casting of the spell.
Yeah, I'll do that one.
So I think you attempt to whisper it, but as you do, like bang that echoes, like it is just like a thunderous clap of sound that emanates from the tip of your wand as you successfully legging your chocolate bar, and as it scurries over to the edge of the table, like doesn't have any eyes, right? So it just kind of like falls off the table.
Oh, I put it on the ground.
Oh, you started on the ground. Okay. Then, yeah, it tries to walk over. It, like, runs over to Leo and Caleb's table and just hits the leg of the table.
Like, I kneel down, I'm like, come here, little buddy, and I, like, lure it onto my hand, and then
Professor
I eat
Pritchard
it.
Professor Pritchard is just staring at this, and she is just now looking at Leo as Leo just has just like
legs
a lot,
kicking
like
out of
he
his
just
mouth.
inserted the whole bar of chocolate with the legs sticking out, and she's just like once again turning a pale shade of green.
It's practical. They didn't have to come over here and give it to me at all.
Yeah, she holds in a retch and says, all right, now who's next, class? And over the next 20 or so minutes, the rest of the class does their presentations. Finally, after the last presentation, the bell rings, and Professor Pritchard looks up at the clock and says, "Oh wow, time really does fly when you're having fun with science and
Legs.
Legs.
and transfiguration and we're not talking about the legs."
Why not? It worked great.
It didn't though. Okay. Anyway, thank you so much, class. I think we've had a great term, and I can't wait to see all of your bright and shining faces in January.
Bye, Professor.
Happy
Just wait till you see
holidays.
food
Have a good
arms.
time,
Have a nice
Professor
break.
Pritchard.
You too. And she nods.
Thanks, Professor Pritchard.
How is Dakota looking?
Yeah.
I think she's looking a little bit better, although she's definitely still very shaken up by the just the energy that it took to stand in front of the classroom.
I think we did a really good job, Dakota.
I think you did a really good job, Freya.
You did fine. They turned into flowers, just like we practiced.
I know, it's just you did all the talking. I know Professor Pritchard is just going to give you better marks than me. I know it.
Oh wait, we get separate marks?
I thought this was a group project.
Yeah.
I thought we got graded together.
I do.
Yeah, that's what I thought as well. I think we'll get graded together.
If that's true, then I hope I didn't bring your grade down.
No, it's fine. Plus, honestly, you're doing better in this class than I am, remember?
Sure, on tests, that doesn't mean a whole lot in the real world.
Dakota,
Yeah, Dakota, don't be so hard on yourself. You're doing
Yeah.
She gives Leo a kind of a half-hearted smile and says, "Thanks." Anyway, I'm gonna probably go ahead in the library and see if I can do a little bit more studying before we, aren't gonna be here for a month.
Studying at a time like this? It's the last day before break. Let's go eat food.
I mean,
Get
I
outta
would do
here.
that if we didn't have somewhere else to go, Allison.
Well, we could at least go to the Great Hall and eat.
I'm gonna put feet on way more of that food.
Wait, I thought we were gonna have
God.
a snowball fight.
Yeah, and go get me a Slytherin tie?
Yeah.
You put feet on the snowballs.
And now, a word from our wizard sponsors.
Le nouveau fragrance féminine par Fringilla.
Intense.
Hypnotique.
Dissolving.
Dégoûtant. Acidique.
Invigorating.
Elderly.
Ça fait mal.
Powerful.
Spindly. Putrid.
Cher.
Spicy.
Pure frog spawn. The new feminine fragrance by Fringilla.
Hi, everybody. It's Kevin, your resident Potter nerd. Oh, God. I want to thank this week's first sponsor, Fringilla's Feminine Fragrances, and their new line, Pure Frog Spawn. I did accidentally just spray some in my face, and I have to say it is pungent. I want to, as usual, thank all of you so much for listening to Why Can't We Be Wizards. Definitely please check out our Twitter and Facebook feeds at Why Not Wizards. And definitely please tweet out about the show with the hashtag Why Not Wizards as well. Word of mouth is really our only way to talk about the show and advertise because we don't pay for advertisement. We're not a for-profit show, and there's never going to be any money involved in the show at all. So to go along with that, I have mentioned this a few times online, but I do just want to call it out quickly. Our Hogwarts, and I mean that as the whole community, is an inclusive and welcoming place for all people, regardless of what she who must not be named says about certain men and women. Trans witches are witches, and they are welcome at Hogwarts. If we can do one thing on this show, it's to give everybody in the world a chance to feel like they belong in the wizarding world. So, as usual, I also want to thank Tablestory for our awesome game system, Witchcraft and Wizardry. Please definitely check that out and try playing a game yourself. All right, with that, let's go back to Hogwarts. So, it sounds like we are heading out of class, and we're going to head towards the Quidditch pitch.
Yes.
Is that where you guys decided to go?
Yes, to go and see if there's a Slytherin tie there.
There definitely is, but is it attached to a person?
It's a heist. Dun, 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 dun.
It's a heist. Like Ocean's 11 style?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay, so
Except this
are
was
you guys
not what
going
I
to...
meant.
Are you guys going to
Can
start doing
we-
it and then flash back to...
Yes.
Oh gosh.
Can we do flashback of us planning things?
Yeah.
Obviously, we have to involve the food feet.
Oh my god.
Oh, yes, they could be an excellent distraction.
I was thinking the same.
You're probably wondering how I got here. Well, it all started with the food feet.
Freeze frame.
Bum,
We
bum,
zoom-
bum,
we
bum,
zoom in on
bum,
Skylar's
bum,
face.
bum, 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 bum.
She's covered somehow in meat.
And I think Allison's just wandering around with a mason jar.
Why?
We
You
don't
don't know why.
We'll
We
find
haven't
out.
explained it
We'll
yet.
have to go backwards, then somewhere in the middle, then go back to the beginning, and then all the way to the end, and then finally back to the middle again.
And then you'll find out what's in the mason jar.
Yeah. Just have to be patient.
Okay. All right. So yeah, you guys head out of class and you walk down towards the center of the castle. So it's been snowing, and you're kind of like trudging through the snow at this point, heading towards the stairs, and then down towards the Quidditch pitch. It's a pretty difficult journey, just because there's not really like a good path, like in the snow at the moment. It is actively snowing at this point, but slowly but surely, you make your way towards the pitch itself. And when you get there, you head towards the Slytherin locker rooms.
All right, guys. First things first, we gotta make sure no one's in there right now. I doubt anyone is, because, it's the day before we all leave, and it's, like, snowing and cold outside, but we should just make sure before we go in.
How do we check before we go in?
I've got an idea. What if we put some legs on an object around here and sent that object in? If someone was in there, they'd probably, scream or whatever.
But then what? Then they've been quite alerted to some nefarious presence.
But then we know they're in there and can run away before they get out. I guess it's not a bad idea.
Skyler pulls out a bar of chocolate. Here, I toss it to Caleb.
In legging.
You can do it.
I got a 10 on that roll. 8 plus 2 for magic.
Okay, grotesque humanoid legs.
Oh God!
Sprout out the bottom of this bar of chocolate.
It's gonna be so hard to eat that later with that image in my head.
God.
But they're
no
going
option
to.
that you wouldn't eat it. You're definitely going to eat it.
I mean, I probably will. It's just gonna be difficult.
Go on, little buddy. Show us what's inside. I let it go.
Yeah, I crack open the door and push the legged chocolate bar through and then close the door.
You wait. And you wait. And you wait.
I think it's empty.
Except for the legged chocolate bar.
Yeah.
Should we, post a watch at the door?
That's a great idea.
That's a good idea. I don't mind doing it. I just want the bar back.
Yeah, I'll stay at the door, and if someone comes, I'll do something. Give a sign. I'll make some sparks or something.
Oh God, don't do that. No sparks. No.
What if you just put legs on something and then you sent it in?
How about you just yell?
That's not your solution for everything,
I
Caleb.
pull out my second bar of chocolate and hand it to Allison.
Okay. Allison takes the chocolate bar.
Allison, just say something loudly and we'll be able to hear you.
Alrighty. I might just offer them a piece of chocolate. Slow them down.
Perfect.
Yeah.
It's a good idea, too.
Our go-to solutions for all problems. Chocolate and legs.
Alright. So Freya's gonna open the door to the locker room and kind of peek her head inside just to double check that there's no one in there.
Roll investigate.
That's a 9 plus... Oh, that's plus 2.
Nice.
You're smart.
Okay, so with an 11, you can ask me 2 questions.
Is there anyone in the locker room besides us?
There is no one in the locker room that you can see.
Okay. Where would I find a tie in the locker room?
So as you peek your head around the corner, it looks like you can see some lockers, which are currently closed. It seems like if they're going to be anywhere, they're probably in one of those.
Okay. So I'm gonna go and see if I can open some of those lockers.
I'm gonna crawl on the floor looking for my chocolate bar.
Priorities.
Allison is gonna clutch the other chocolate bar at the door and just keep scanning the Quidditch pitch and the field to see if anyone's coming towards where they are.
Heist! Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
Lauren,
Yes.
why don't you have Allison roll notice something?
Notice something is a mind roll. Alrighty, that's a 4.
You do not notice anything.
Oh,
Great.
That's not ominous.
no. Not at all.
But the snowstorm is starting to pick up a little bit more.
Should I roll notice something for search my chocolate bar?
That's an investigate roll.
Oh, yeah. 5.
So you fail. Yeah, the chocolate bar appears to be missing.
Is there around the corner area?
No, I mean, this is a pretty small room, right? So the door to go into the locker room it's just kind of like the alcove And as you look to your right is the room proper. So the room is basically just 2 rows of lockers with a small bench in the middle.
That's so weird. My bar's not here.
We don't have time to waste. Caleb's gonna go to one of the lockers and try to open it.
Okay, are you going to check the left side or the right side? And depending on which side, towards the front or towards the back?
I think Freya and I should split up so we can each take different areas. I'll go left.
Yeah. All right, so Freya will go right.
I'm assuming Leo has followed you guys in and it's just kind of not really doing much right now.
So, all of the lockers have locks on them.
Oh god, okay.
There's a spell for this.
It's Alohomora.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna
I know
say.
that one.
Yeah, I believe I actually put this one in my spell bank. I did.
I need to use a spell bank. I've been forgetting to put anything in my spell bank.
Well, I specifically think that Freya likes charms, so I've been looking at some charms that I think that she would pay certain attention to and learn really well. So yeah, I'm gonna cast Alohomora on the front locker on the right-hand side.
Okay, why don't you roll magic?
So that's a 6, 7, 8, 9.
Okay, so that's a mixed success. Choose your side effects.
Okay. What are the side effects again? I always
Sure.
forget.
Yeah. One of the other players takes a condition from a partial misfire. The spell has a diminished effect. Someone or something is alerted to the casting of the spell, or your wand is thrown from your hands and lands nearby. You choose 2.
So I think what happens is that it has a diminished effect. So it unlocked the door, but I can't get it all the way open.
So the lock is jammed.
Yeah. So it's unlocked, but it's jammed, so I can't get it open all the way. And then my wand goes flying.
So yeah, you cast the spell. The locker pops open a crack enough that you kind of look inside to see what's in there, but not enough that it will actually open for you to get anything out of it.
Can Allison take another look out at the fields and maybe see if there are footprints in the snow?
Nope, you already failed. I'm not giving you another roll.
Oh. Allison eats more chocolate at the door. Just hanging out.
All right, Freya's gonna take a look in that locker that she just opened, kind of, sort of.
Okay. Yeah, so you're gonna put your eye up to
The little
the
crack. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So as you lean in really, really close, you are just hit with this really awful smell because it seems like what's in there is some old towels.
Ew. Okay, great. I'm gonna go pick up my wand then.
I'm going to be looking for signs that the Slytherins might be in the area before I pick a lock.
Like outside?
Well, Slytherins, I've seen them, they don't seem to take as much care with the objects around them. I'm looking for just clues that maybe this was their section of the locker room.
So there's 4 locker rooms.
Oh, so we're in the Slytherin.
This is the Slytherin
so
locker
any of these
room.
lockers are good. I guess I'm just going to start opening them, starting in the left front with an Alohomora charm.
Okay, roll magic.
8 plus 2 is a 10.
You hear an audible click, and the locker swings open. And inside is a dancing chocolate bar that has somehow wedged itself inside of the locker and is now jumping up and down from one leg to the other.
He's so happy to see you.
I'm just going
The locker is otherwise
to
empty.
close the door.
Wonder if he knows he's going to be eaten.
Hey, that's my chocolate bar. It still needs to be eaten. And I run up to the locker.
It's been rubbing all over Slytherin clothes, though.
There aren't any other clothes in this locker, right?
No, it's the locker is otherwise completely empty. It's
Yeah.
just the chocolate bar.
Alright, I'm gonna open the locker back up and grab it.
Okay. Yeah, you grab it. It is now wriggling in your hand.
Just so many lockers.
If we all take a couple lockers, this will go much faster.
Well,
Yeah.
what if we just look inside the lockers? Maybe all we need is a little light.
Ooh, I know this one. Lumos. 10.
Your wand is illuminated.
I'm gonna walk towards each
wizards.
locker so Caleb can see inside. I'm gonna hold the wand up.
And I'm going to investigate for a Slytherin tie.
Actually, why don't you notice something?
Can I use my +1 Ravenclaw?
Yeah, go for it.
It's a 9 + 2 for an 11.
As you cast the wand light across these lockers, going from one to the next, on the very back locker on the left-hand side, you catch a glint of a green fabric. And upon closer inspection, as you kind of like press your hands and your face to the slits in the top of the locker, you see exactly what you came for. It is a Slytherin tie.
Just like the plan. Freya!
Oh, did you guys find one?
Over here!
Yes, I'm jumping up and down.
Great.
Yes.
I think while this has happened, Allison is really bored outside and is just gonna sort of just wander off and like kicking at the snow and eating chocolate.
Okay, yeah. So, Allison, as
Yes.
you're in the like just in the middle of like rearing back to take like a big kick at a particular like big cluster of snow that has turned someone into ice, you hear voices approaching you, and one of them says like, "Yeah, man, it's gonna be nice to have a couple weeks off of training, you know."
Allison's just gonna like sort of freeze and peek over her shoulder.
Yeah, as you turn, it's this snow has turned into just like a blizzard at this point. It's very difficult to see anything, but you see the silhouettes of two tall-looking human forms, and they are walking directly towards the door.
Allison is going to look at the corner of the door where that mason jar is that she left. You might be wondering why I was carrying a mason jar.
I was, in fact.
Flashback. Allison's packing that mason jar full of all sorts of flammable things.
Flammable things.
Is this a flashback to the planning of the heist?
Yeah. So Allison can see these two figures approaching, and then looks to the mason jar that's sitting right next to it and is like, "Oh, I was supposed to be doing that, the thing!" And she whips out her wand and she's gonna try to cast Incendio from afar to light the mason jar on fire.
That was the plan.
This can't
How is that
possibly go
inconspicuous?
wrong.
Fire.
She got a 12 plus 2.
We are
Okay,
on
and so
fire.
your goal is what? To light what's in this mason jar on fire and nothing else?
As a distraction, yes.
So you masterfully cast Incendio. You wave your wand up in the air, around and forward, almost like a baseball pitch, and a jet of fire just shoots out of your wand and like lands itself right into the inside of the mason jar. Immediately, whatever was inside of that is just a pillar of flame, and then bright fire is now cackling inside of the mason jar itself. The two figures stop, turn, and then cautiously start approaching the fire.
Guys, that's the sign. Quick, out the window.
But I haven't gotten the tie yet.
Grab it. Let's go. Let's
Wait,
go.
hold on. There's definitely no windows in the locker room.
Oh, that's right.
Oh man.
Okay, well, first off, I'm gonna cast Alohomora on the locker.
Wait, hold on. No, you guys still don't know that there's anyone out there.
But the fire
Oh, I thought
bomb,
we heard the crackling.
She did start a fire.
that was the sign.
No, she didn't. No. She
I thought she had explosives
distracted the Slytherins to give yourselves more time that she thinks are coming.
in there. Got it.
Right? Am I wrong, Lauren?
Yeah, it was a distraction.
But wouldn't we have heard a fire?
But it was just like a
So Allison's job is still now to make us
Yep.
aware somehow.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Okay, I'm still gonna cast Alohomora on the locker, though, because now that we know that the tie's in there, I want it. So that's a 9 plus 2 again.
So with an 11, click, the locker swings open. You see what looks like a Slytherin branded gym bag, a set of musty robes, and what looks like a tie. It doesn't look like this year's model.
Oh no.
It's an older tie, but it is a tie nonetheless.
My parents won't know the difference.
Yay.
I'm just gonna grab it and pocket it.
Skylar's gonna do like a victory dance that mimics the chocolate bar's dancing legs.
Da, 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 da.
Wait, Allie, you pocketed it?
I did. I pocketed it.
Yeah.
Out of character. I hope that's not some sort of evil Slytherin artifact. Tom
is it
Riddle's
cursed?
tie.
Oh no.
It's another Horcrux. There were more.
Allison wants to alert her friends that are inside, and so since it's the middle of a blizzard, she's gonna cast bewitched snowballs and try to shoot the side of the locker room, and so it like makes a lot of noise, like all the snowballs pelting on the wall, to like tip them off.
They're gonna hear. Yeah, I guess I buy it. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Why don't you go for it?
That was an 8.
Okay. So on a 7 to 9, the spell succeeds, but there are side effects. Choose two.
So I was going to say that this spell has a diminished effect, so there's just sort of like a little pitter-patter on the wall instead of what I wanted was to be really loud. And I think, can I take the effect from a partial misfire? And can the snowballs kind of like backfire on me and like knock me over and kind of cover me in snow?
So a couple of small snowballs kind of pop, pop, pop the side of the locker room from the outside. And then a huge snowball that was just like, it's kind of like the snow was trembling to come out. And the little snowball sort of came out from that big thing. And then this huge, massive snowball, the size of your head, just kind of like pulls up. And instead of going forward at all, just falls back down and lands right on your head. And you are now like partially covered in snow. So meanwhile, inside, let's say, I think it's Leo. Why don't you try to notice something?
All right. Notice something is a mind roll. 8 + 1, 9.
So that's a partial success. I think.
Well, he's got this bonus with Allison, right? Aren't they
Oh,
super
that's
close
true.
friends?
I do have +1
Would that
relationship
apply?
with Allison.
Oh, yeah, totally.
So that's a full success,
So
barely.
a complete success. With a complete success, you hear. Boop, boop, boop.
What? Hey, guys. Guys, I hear something.
What is it?
It seems like snowballs are hitting the wall outside. It might be Allison trying to tell us something.
Well, I mean, we got what we came here for. Maybe we should leave.
Let's go. I think we need to be careful.
Cut to outside. The silhouettes, the two large silhouettes, have now extinguished the flame that was coming out of the mason jar and are like, huh? And are now like turning back towards the entrance and are starting to walk towards the locker room again.
Skylar's gonna run to the door and peek out and see if anything's out there.
Yeah, roll notice something.
7.
Okay, yeah, on a 7 to 9, you can ask one question.
Is there anyone out there?
Yeah, I mean, I think you see these silhouettes. You're not sure who they are, but there's two
Okay.
of them.
Okay, I say, guys, someone's out there. We gotta get out quick.
They'll see us if we leave now. Maybe we should hide.
It's a storm. If we just go right around the corner, I don't think they'll see us if we go fast now.
Okay, let me take the lead. I'm quick.
Go, go, go. Heist. Dun, 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 dun,
Heist.
dun,
Okay, so
dun, dun.
now you guys are just all running out as fast as you can.
Yeah.
Yes.
And around the corner.
Okay,
Because I can barely see them. They probably can't really see us.
so
that much.
Charlotte, I think for the group, you should just roll a quick and quiet roll.
Ooh, gosh. Oh,
This is your
yes.
time for
Okay,
your
I
house
rolled
benefit.
2 5s, -1, 9. My house benefit is I read about that, so 9.
I read about sneaking.
Yeah, on a 7 to 9, you move quickly or quietly. Which is it?
Okay, it's gonna be, I think, is it windy?
Yeah, no. It's loud. Like, this is a loud storm now.
Okay, yeah, then quickly.
Okay.
We want to get out of there before they can see who we are.
Yeah, so the group, definitely you crouch down and just like sprint out of the locker room as fast as you can. You make it out of there as these two dark figures are still approaching, and they don't immediately see you.
Wait, where's Allison?
In the direction of the snowballs. Where did you hear them?
Over there. And Leo points to one of the side walls.
Let's go.
Oh god, how are we gonna do this without getting caught?
Well, so I'm imagining, like, there's the door, and Allison's on the side of the building or the back.
Yeah, I think she came around to the side. I don't think
Okay.
she's in the back.
Yeah, I think, like, as long as we, like, hug the side of the building, we can stay out of sight from the mystery silhouettes. And if we, like, duck low, you know? It's pretty stormy.
Yeah, no, I think you can just kind of do that with your quick roll. So, you turn to your left and make your way around the side of the building. And just as Leo in the back's cloak swishes behind, those two silhouetted figures now come into view. They are at the edge of the doorway, about to walk into the locker room, and it appears to be two burly-looking Slytherin 7th-year boys who are kind of looking at each other like, "Hey, did you see?" "No, I didn't see anything, man. What are we talking about? Come on, let's just get out of here. We got to get our brooms so we can go home." "All right," and then they head inside the locker room.
Guys, I think I'm forgetting something important. And Leo is now going to have a Heist flashback scene where he thinks back to when we were planning, and when we were all planning, he was just like throwing his wand in the air and trying to catch it a couple times, and then it hit him in the face, and then he flashes back to the present, and it's like, yeah, I got nothing.
Yeah, but so as you guys head around the corner, you see a half-covered robe, covered like by a pile of snow.
Allison! I dive for the pile of snow and start digging.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't take long. She's not that covered.
I dig you out. I pull your arm. Are you okay?
Did it work? Did
Oh my
you
God.
get it?
It was perfect timing. Our mission was a success. Heist!
I like grab the tie out of my pocket, not fully, but just like to show her that we have it.
Oh, the symbol at the bottom?
Yeah.
Allison does finger guns and is like, "Great, I was hiding in this snowbank waiting for you guys."
Wait, guys, couldn't we have just taken a Ravenclaw tie and transfigured it into a Slytherin tie?
Freya's face just like falls.
This way was way more fun.
Way more fun.
And I'm gonna like look at my chocolate bar and be like, all right, you've survived this long with legs. Be free. And I'm just gonna place him. I'm gonna place him on the pile of snow and just like put my hand over my heart and just say farewell. And
Okay.
just watch him walk into the misty snow.
We need some somber music.
Okay, so
on
what
that.
he's gonna do is actually he touches the ground, and then immediately turns to the left and just like sprints full on, splats against the side of the wall and falls on his back. And then he's just kind of wiggling there, and then slowly falls into the snowbank, and then you can't see him anymore.
Oh no.
Oh no.
The other left. Oh well.
Oh man, that character is gonna come back later.
Oh, it's
what I
right
was
before
thinking.
Angelina.
Yes.
I'll come back and save the day.